Hello friends, happy Friday, April 24th. Are you all ready for bed? Before we get started, I wanted to do some revealing with our recycle activity that we did this week. There's one I'm a little not sure about, and it's too late for me to call the recycling center, but I was planning on doing that. So maybe a parent can help me out. If you wrote yes on this milk jug, you are correct. You can recycle it. If you wrote yes on this aluminum foil, you are correct. You can recycle this. If you wrote yes on this chocolate milk container carton, you are wrong. You cannot recycle the cardboard milk jugs or containers. If you wrote yes on this glass jar, you are correct, but you can't mix it with the other recycling. You have to put it has its own special little bin in your driveway. So that's where you put that. Can you recycle this clamshell plastic container? No, you cannot. This has to go in the garbage, or you could reuse it. And this cottage cheese container, I think you can in Oregon now, but I'm confused. I heard that like cottage cheese and yogurt containers you can recycle now. Is there a parent who could help me clarify? This is the one that I was going to clarify. And can you recycle this can? You can recycle, you can recycle this can. How did you do? Did you get them right? It's important to know how to recycle. And you know what? I've done this before where I call the recycling center and I ask them questions that I have. So if you have a question about if you can recycle something, because I know Oregon has some different rules in different states, so it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. So you can go ahead and call the recycling center. I am going to read a book and sing a song today. And this book is one of our favorites. It's called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon. It's by Patti LaBelle and it's illustrated by David Catrow, and it's a really good book. I love this book. Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon. Do you see Molly Lou Mellon has a ladder to get to her bed? What does that tell you about Molly Lou Mellon? Here we go. Molly Lou Mellon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can, and the world will look up to you." So she did. She's silly. Molly Lou Mellon had buck teeth that stuck out so far she could stack pennies on them. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big and the world will smile right alongside you." And we talked about buck teeth. What are buck teeth? Buck teeth are really big teeth that stick out. Sometimes little kids, when they grow their adult teeth back, their teeth get too big for their face. Miss Kara kind of had buck teeth when she was a little girl. I'll send you a picture sometime if you don't believe me. So she did. I love this illustration. Molly Lou Mellon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong, and the world will cry tears of joy." What do you think it would sound like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor? Do you think that's someone who has a good singing voice? I wonder if you can make a sound like what you think that would sound like. So she did. Look at those animals watching her in amazement. Molly Lou Mellon was often fumble-fingered. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you too. So she did. Then Molly Lou Melon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. Have you ever had to move somewhere and say goodbye to your friends? I know some of you have. I know Jesse just moved here, so he must have had to say goodbye to some of his friends. We're so glad he can be our friend, though. And start in a new school. Notice how the illustrator makes Molly Lou Melon look so small when it says, and start in a new school. Why do you suppose that the illustrator made Molly Lou Melon look so small? What do you think? Does it make her look a little bit more scared? I think so. Illustrators use cool strategies like that. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. When the game started, Molly Lou Melon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, wow, she's good. And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Bucky Tooth Beaver. Molly Lou Melon took out her pennies, stacked 10 high on her teeth, and smiled as big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck. Honk, honk." Molly Lou Melon sang out a quack so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have to go to the nurse. All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd made the snowflake all wrong, but Molly Lou Melon opened her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake of all. All the children oohed and awed, even Ronald. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Melon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. That night, Molly Lou Melon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Melon." Look at her grandma. What do you notice about her grandma? How is Molly Lou Melon similar to her grandma? And that is the story of Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. I like stories that have really strong characters, and Molly Lou Melon is a strong character in the book. If you can remember to go through the details of that book and talk to your parents about what happened first, what happened second, what happened next in the book, who were the characters in the book. Do you remember all the names of the characters that were introduced? There's not very many. All right, and what are the things that Molly Lou Melon was proud about? Do you remember which things she did that she was proud about? That Ronald Durkin teased her for even? Okay, we're going to end tonight with a song called Over the Rainbow. I hope you guys sleep really well tonight. This is one of my favorite songs. Oh, whoops, a second. Whoops-a-daisy. Gotta turn my speaker on. Thanks for always being patient with Miss Kara's little technology troubles. Uh-oh, I gotta connect it really fast. Sorry, friends. Do-do-do-do. Here we go. Got it. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly so high. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly so high. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then why can't I? Why, then why, oh why can't I hope you guys have an amazing song, my friend, or night, my friends. I hope you sleep well. I hope you have a great weekend with your friends. I hope you had a good Earth Day this week. And next week, we have some really fun challenges. So I'll be in touch with you next week about that. Friends, I love you. I think you're amazing. And I recognize the light again in all of you. And I honor that light in you. And I hope you sleep really well tonight. Hugs and kisses. Mwah. Have a good night.